All right, we're live, and we're here with FNL Crypto DNA, and we're just going to go over a few different of the coins, starting with Kava and also Cardano, and we're going to talk a little bit about Polygon or MATIC, as most people understand it to be. So let's see here. Oh, we got all kinds of stuff going on. How you doing today, David?
I'm well.
Good.
And we're looking at one of my favorite coins too.
Kava?
Cross-chain DeFi lending platform
Hmm.
that allows users, I'm reading off of CoinMarketCap here, allows users to borrow USDX stable coins and deposit a variety of cryptocurrencies to begin earning a yield. So Kava operates off of, what is it? The Cosmos platform, I think.
Cosmos, is that, it has a Binance chain contract, actually. So on top of Cosmos.
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah. Cosmos ecosystem. Yeah.
Yeah. Part of the Binance lab, part of the Binance launchpad, all the tags that go along with Kava, framework, ventures, lending and borrowing, hash key capital portfolios. So I like, we're going to look at a chart on Kava first, and then we're going to go check out their website and just go a little bit over what Kava has to offer. The reason why we found Kava today is because Kava is doing pretty good amongst the cryptocurrencies themselves. You're not going to find it on the homepage when you're coming through CoinMarketCap and looking through their top 100 because it is in the second tier. So you want to go to page 2, and that's going to view the second 100 coins. And on page 2, if you click and see like who's doing okay by the week, you should find some Kava, not too far from the top. So coin number 123 is Kava.
Yeah, it hangs out there quite a bit, around 120 to 130 and sometimes 100.
Yeah, have you seen it inside 100 yet? I think I
saw
saw
it. I haven't seen it 100.
Notice out here, all the coins, the 70 million are in supply. 70 million is a really nice number when you're thinking about what total supply, max supply, circulating supply of coins exist. 70 million kind of between Bitcoin and Ethereum. So Bitcoin 21 million, Ethereum 121 million, something like that. So 70 kind of in between those. That doesn't mean everything, but it's good to know. There's coins like You're in Finance where there's 36,000 coins. There's coins like Shiba Inu where there's, I don't know, a gazillion coins.
Yeah, 2 of them, 2 gazillion.
2 gazillion coins. So Kava, the market cap right now, 275 million. We consider that a small cap coin, and that's good to know because it involves a little more risk. There's less institutional money and less traders that have put their investing into Kava. So let's talk a little more about why we like Kava. The white paper is right here. You can check it out yourself. As far as the charts go, it's been a wild ride on Kava, giving us what looks like they call this I've heard it called a lot of things, the middle finger. I call it the 5-finger death punch. All right. It's giving us all these spikes trying to push up, and it just keeps getting resistance. If we look at a candlestick chart on Kava, that's a big time frame there. Hold on a second. We're on the daily chart, and we put a top on this chart, which there's an article on FNL Crypto DNA about this, written by Travis, as he wanted to review this coin first. And the reason why we wanted to review it first is because what's so special about Kava, David?
The percentage they pay when you stake it
at Kraken.
That's higher than most.
So the percentage that they pay you in staking rewards is higher than most. It's 20% on Kraken. And that makes Kava very appealing, especially in the middle of when DeFi is taking such a mainstream focus for investors. And then there's DeFis that are not trustworthy, that have been kind of put under the scrutiny by a lot of different agencies, such as BlockFi being ordered cease and desist by the state of New Jersey. And, we don't know why exactly.
Well, if New Jersey's after you, you know you're bad, okay?
You're in trouble.
Yeah. New York, that's different. But New
Jersey, I mean, you're doing some pretty
crap.
bad stuff if you're messing up in New Jersey. There's some good stuff going on there. So I think when you're talking about Kava's charts, there's just a little look at the little triangle that's being made. And this kind of what Travis on FNL Crypto DNA says about it is that it's coming to a decision time, a situation. Is Kava going to be able to continue its rise to being king of DeFi, offering 20%? David, are you making a half that on any other money anywhere else?
A fraction. Matter of fact, I've moved what few I had in a bank and went ahead and I'm moving them into crypto because I see that, it's making me money, okay? Versus the others sitting there in inflation at 6%, and I'm making 2%, let's say on a money market. Guess what? I'm not even coming close to staying even with my purchasing power.
Mm-hmm. Well, how do you mitigate the risk of putting your investments into volatile coins like Kava, as we can see, ranging between a price of $8 and $2 as of recently? That's a pretty wild swing, hundreds of percent to go up and then hundreds of percent back down. How do you mitigate the risk putting your trust in the DeFi coins?
Well, first of all, I don't go all in. I have a percentage that I work at. But let's say I had a coin that's at $1 and I'm making 2% off of that. That coin goes down to 50 cents and I'm still making 2% off that. I say that coin, let's just call it a fiat. And that's pretty much what you're going to make on fiats, 2%. So it's lost 50%. So if you'll run the numbers on that, at 2% on $1, I'm making 2. At 50%, I'm making $1. So where's Kava in the past, let's say in the past 90 days? What's Kava look like?
In the past few days?
Let's actually put some numbers on here and let's run the numbers real quick on what kind of money would I be making on my Kava in 120 days? What percentage would I make from the time I bought it? Let's just go back 120 days and pick a number and see which one of these is going to outperform, even though there is some risk involved. Which one of these is going to outperform, even with the volatility of the coin?
Well, if we went back 90 days, roughly, let's see, June, May, April. So let's call it April 22nd. That's kind of where this started.
Sure.
On that day, the worst case scenario, you might have bought your Kava at 522. I know you didn't, but no. Let's say you did. That would be worst case scenario. Most likely, the low was 436, the open was 596, the close was 445. Let's call that 450.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and write in $4 just because I want to make the numbers easier.
Okay.
Where am I at today on Kava?
$4, 393.
Oh, really? I'm at 393. Well, okay. So
did you make 7 cents?
Let's just say I'm at $4 since so I'm rounding out some numbers. If I started at 4 and I'm back at 4, I'm pretty close. All right. So now let's say I'm making 20%. Okay. So,
well, let's for the sake of argument, say you bought in at $5 and it's now $4. So you've lost 20%.
Okay. I started at 5. I went down and I'm losing on a comparative basis. My earnings are not as much, but still you can run the numbers on that. That's 20% down and I was making 20%. And let's say we just worked it at a sliding scale and it went down over that period of time evenly. It didn't go up or down. And I'm making some assumptions here and I'm putting some restrictions on it. I'm still looking at about better than 15% return versus my 2%, even with the volatility of the coin. So that's a big difference on return. Now that's not enough that you're going to retire off of or something like that. Well, it depends. I guess you could at 15%. A lot of people are happy with 7% with their stocks.
Absolutely. And these rates are subject to change, and the platforms in which you invest hold your money, stake your cryptocurrency is going to give you different rewards. The reason why we're okay with talking about Kraken, we've been using Kraken for some time. We're getting the rewards. We've been a part of this system. Full disclosure, we have Kava, not enough to make a difference, but enough to experiment with staking rewards and using the exchange and the features. And hey, we're getting paid weekly or bi-weekly or twice a week or something like that. I think.
Yeah, twice a week.
Twice a week, you're getting your rewards back in. Now, I don't have a lot of money in there, but imagine if you did, and you were getting your money back into your holdings as a reward a couple times a week versus, I don't know, a 12-month CD at less than 1%.
Oh yeah. I had $100,000 in one thing here a while back. We don't normally talk money, but just for reference, you make $10 on that in a year. That's not going to catch up with inflation.
No, I'd rather have it under the mattress just in case I need an extra tissue or something, which I don't have it under the mattress.
No, my mattress has got holes in it. I wouldn't want it to.
So that's why we went to Kava today. Take a look at the price. We like Kava, honestly. And we're going to talk about things we like and things we don't like. That's how it goes. Now, we're not pumping and trying to shill anybody on Kava. You got to do your own due diligence. And I'm not buying Kava right now. It's not when I want to get in is right now. I'd like to see it make a new high over this little line that I drew. So I'm kind of looking for Kava to get up over $5 again, get up over the high of that wick. That's the $5. If I was to buy Kava, I wanted to prove that it's going to hit a bull market, kind of like Axie Infinity and a couple other coins have. They've proven making new highs during this bearish market. So we're not going to talk too much about Axie Infinity, other than if you look at the high coin for the last 24 hours or last 7 days, you're going to find it on there. Axie Infinity up 27% in the last 24 hours. Axie Infinity is a video game thing with NFTs, and the NFTs are called little Axies, or not little, they're just called Axies. And that company's making money hand over fist. You look at the market cap, and we just looked at what we think is a pretty amazing opportunity with a market cap at 275 million. These Axie Infinity already have a 1.5 basically $billion into them. Okay, now there's only 70,000 Kava, and those are worth $5. They're Kava, they're decentralized finance. You can own them, you can stake them, you can make 20%. They trade at $4. Now these things I'm about to show you trade at $24.70 a coin. There's less of these than Kava. That might explain why, but yet we know there's going to be 270 million when it's all said and done. So, I mean, really, we have a whole thing about how to figure this stuff out. Market cap, circulating supply, price. It's an easy formula. But let's go really quick before we get on track and look at Axie Infinity. I'm not trying to pump it. I do not own any of this. I just don't understand sometimes how $1,004 goes into this video game and these NFT looking things called Axies, which you're looking at them, the pink guy, this guy, and they're different body parts, and the ecosystem of creating your little guys. Here's an Axie battle coming up. Now it's got some use case. Video games are fun. It's part of the Web 3.0 experience, is that virtual reality and augmented reality and all that good stuff. But this is basically a Pokemon of the future, partnering with big things. Aave, that's another DeFi. Binance, Samsung, Maker, Kyber Network, Upbit, Ubisoft. Ubisoft is one of the biggest game makers in the last umpteen years. So that's what you're looking at here. This is John Madden football. This is Axie Infinity, and $1.4 billion into Axies, little Axies. Okay. Now that's not looking at Axies on the NFT. If you actually go to the NFT, I think you can find the Axies in here, and tells you about how many Axies are like in the collection and what their value is separately too. Anyways, we're getting a little off track. So Kava compared to Axie Infinity seems like it should be a decent thing to invest in, especially when you're getting 20% on your holdings. And that's, when you're looking at these charts and you're looking at what can come up that is shiny, who's the big winners and losers, things I can invest in. Axie Infinity, big winner, 27.44. Is it a trend? Will Axes always be popular? Likely not. So invest carefully in your Axes. We're going to go on, David, if you don't mind, to ADA.
Yeah, I was just going to say that is a remedy for somebody's boredom, and it's the utility of that coin, and that's all it is. It's, somebody's bored, they're going to play some games, and we've talked about that. There's a lot of money being invested there. It's not to be discounted, but I like to look at utility for the long run.
So then, David, if the charts all did this big pumpity pump up, and then maybe like retail traders, we'll call them not so smart money, didn't get out of their currencies. They just thought, all right, we're going to hold these for life. Cardano to the moon, which even Buzz Aldrin had a hard time with that. This comes back all the way down to here. Cardano pulls back. These people that are sold their Cardano to bring Cardano back, such a tremendous pullback. Well, there's a lot of money to be made, and I'm just using Cardano as an example. There's $1 trillion gone from the market cap, so there's a lot of play money for some folks possibly, and that's how they can rub it. I was gonna say rub it in our faces, but that's how Axie Infinity can do things that blow our mind. When there's things like Cardano and Polygon, which we're going to go over next, that are trying to develop enterprise solutions that people can build their blockchain technology and smart contract technology on top of Cardano, on top of Polygon. So where's, play money? Play money is what's making these other things run. Now, Cardano's not play money right now, $38 billion in the market cap. It was up around 60 at one point. Now there's going to be a total supply, max supply of 45 billion. All right. Right now we're at 71%. As far as the charts go, there's a lot of people pumping Cardano that have a lot of Cardano. Full disclosure for me, I have no Cardano. So we're being fair here. We did Kava. And I do have that. I do not have Cardano. I have friends that have Cardano, and they've asked us to look over the charts and take a look at them. So it looks real similar to Kava, as do most of the markets. Remember, if you just click on the cryptocurrency homepages, a lot of these line charts, there's XRP, Cardano, and the BNB coin, very similar chart. Can you guys see that? Is that you following what I'm stepping in there? Right here. These three charts, very similar line chart. You see, they all have the same little W, or what we call a double bottom.
They just track with each other real nicely.
Reversal symbol, almost an inverse head and shoulders. If you look at that left bump there. Yeah. And so, they track with each other. They're right there in coin number 4, 5, and 6. There's probably a lot of crypto holders that never get off the homepage. They never get off the top 10. They don't want to dabble and take the risk of all the other ones. And I think that's pretty smart. It's kind of how some of them sneak up on us. They jump in the top 10. I'm not pointing any fingers, but the charts are very similar. If you look at the green charts on Bitcoin and Ethereum move very closely together, typically. Now I've seen recently Ethereum in the last pullback when Bitcoin came down, Ethereum was able to uphold where it was at. But right now, 32,000, 2,000, they're just levitating where they've been comfortable, and probably made a lot of pullback or a lot of increased movement, not pullback, gains after Mr. Musk, Elon, told everybody yesterday that those are his major holdings are Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. He said that's all he has, quote unquote, and that his company has Bitcoin, both of his companies, his big companies. So, I think that helped Bitcoin and Ethereum, and of course, up 2.3%. But it's not that Dogecoin to me is up 2.3% that's important. It's that it's almost 20 cents, that it still gets to hang out around that 20-cent mark. And there's coins that we've been following, David, that like Hedera Hashgraph, HBAR. I used to have a bunch of that. I don't right now. 2 cents less than a Dogecoin, and it's enterprise solutions. It's got that same chart as some of the other stuff that we've seen with a weaker recovery. Looks a lot like IOTA. looks a lot like Avalanche, a lot like Neo, a lot like Tezos. So some of these charts are green, some of them are red based on what they did before they got into this phase. But yeah, Cardano, there's people that are just twiddling their thumbs waiting for Cardano to get crazy. I've never really been one of those people. If you watch Digital Asset News, Rob there does a great job of teaching you a lot about Cardano and staying up to date with it, from products like Occam Razor and Meld. But is it ready to pop? To me, it looks ready to pop. I'm not an expert, but it looks like it's reaching levels of support here that this could be it. So what I'd be looking for is, just like the Bitcoin and Ethereum chart, I'd want it to take the center of this double bottom, which is going to be 147, and I'd like to see it push up past that point and then go ahead and make a little arm out here to the right. Doesn't have to make a new all-time high over 248. But if I was going to get into Cardano now, I know it seems like it makes more sense to buy it at $1.18 than it does at $1.47, but not if you don't know what it's doing and how much time it's going to take to do it. So if this drops down and makes a low below 99 cents, which XRP was up around 167 and now sits under 60 cents, and people are talking about it like it's exciting. Oh, it went from 57 to 60 cents. No. We were at $1.67 3 weeks ago. What are you talking about? So you might think that 119 is a really good price for Cardano. I felt like we're going to talk about Polygon next. I thought that was a good price, and then Polygon went down to 79 cents. So prove it by making another new high, another new high. And so it can look a little more like when this passed this level here, we had a fun little ride afterwards. So let it pass that other elbow when you look back to the left and see if we can't get it to bounce back up at least over these levels right here at 140, let's say 148. So that's Cardano. What do you think about Cardano, David?
It has utility. I think if it's going to go back up, being more mature now in the market, it's not going to, the volatility. Tell me what you think about the volatility. Is it going to slow down a little bit and even out, be a little bit slower as it rises in value?
I believe that all the volatility in the market is going to be a slower climb from this point in. You know, we started this journey back when there was, I don't know, between 4,000 and 6,000 coins. And now we're at 11,000 coins and tokens. And I believe that overall volatility will be slower. When you're talking about Cardano specifically, the higher the market cap, typically the smaller the numbers of volatility. So can Cardano go up 30% in a day like some of these other ones do? I believe it can, especially when there's new developments on Cardano. When there's new developments on Cardano, so wait for this before getting into Cardano and Chainlink again. Hey, that kind of goes with what we were saying. Maybe wait for something. We should go see what we're waiting for. But Bitcoin pumps 1,000 large caps. Cardano, Ethereum follow the lead. So Ethereum Cardano's a little behind. The road to smart contracts, we already mentioned that. Cardano, Alonzo White hard fork successfully complete. So Cardano's recently announced that it successfully conducted that Alonzo White hard fork. A tweet posted on Twitter confirmed that the network was now making blocks successfully, and there had been no problems with the hard fork so far.
Yeah, that's hard.
The hard fork is the next step, and you can read more here. I'm on CoinMarketCap's news on this stuff because we write a little news. We're going to do analytics and reviews on all the cryptocurrencies, but just to put information and news out there, we're pretty selective if it's big news or if it's coin pumping type news. And just if we keep talking about coins like Cardano or Polygon, then it's going to seem like a pump. And that's the last thing that people should be doing, is pumping other investors into this situation. No one's talking about the $1 trillion market cap fluctuation. If they are, it's just hidden in the headlines. It's kind of like the human trafficking problem in America or in the world. No one really talks about it, even though it's one of the biggest issues. It's kind of like the market cap. That money's in the right hands. And so it's going to leave retail traders. It's going to leave those people saying, well, what's happening next? Nothing but question marks. I'd read some of these articles on Cardano, because one thing you'll learn is that the news does steer these coins. So go to Cardano also and watch the historical data, see if it can do, look for patterns in its behavior. Maybe is the money that once was in Cardano going back into Cardano. So here we go, just looking back to May 22nd, 46 billion, 56 billion, 55 billion, 53. Fast forward to today, we're down 37. So just in just this page.
Yeah, it's about 25%.
Yeah. It's a lot of money. So is it being spent to put things into fruition that they're working on? I'm not a programmer, not a developer, and I couldn't tell you. So you have to figure that out for yourself. Read up on it. It is in the top 10. It is on our list of coins to keep your eye on. What else did we talk about? MATIC? Polygon. Number 18. There it is, still under $1. So Polygon's had an interesting ride and lots of turbulence along the way. There's 128 million out of the 210 million max supply. Notice a lot of these coins that we take serious have supply in the millions. Okay. Sometimes up to 1 billion, like Theta, a 1 billion supply coin. But there it is right there. But when you get up to these coins like, VeChain has 64 billion already out of its 86 billion. That's a lot of coins. So you're going to see prices way down here versus prices like Ethereum Classic, where there's only 128 million. See that up in the higher dollar range. Okay.
Yep.
Polygon, layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum, is in all the headlines that Ethereum are in. I would say that Ethereum itself is nowadays in less headlines than Polygon and ETH 2.0. Maybe that's a bold statement, but I maybe it's like owning a car. If I buy a Volkswagen Bug, I get out on the road, I'm going to see Volkswagen Beetles everywhere I look, right? Because all of a sudden I got one and I'm paying attention. So maybe I'm paying attention to Polygon more than Ethereum, but it seems like
it's easy to pay attention. There's so much going on the Polygon network. Everything that's being built out and accomplished and moving. Ethereum is, everybody talks about it, but what's happened yet?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
I know it's on the Ethereum network, but guess what? Ethereum is not only a blockchain and a coin, but Polygon's got a lot going for it.
$5.6 billion. So, that puts us over Kava at 275 million. We're talking about something here at 5.6. We were just talking about something at 37 billion with Cardano. So you have your small cap, your mid cap, and your large cap coin that we expose you to, and you're seeing the similarities and differences. If you look at the charts, a lot of them just look the same. The market did what the market did, and it's doing what it's going to do. It's no secret that it's going through big changes right now. If you were following us on our last live stream, we looked at, might have been our last one, we looked at Microsoft charts and how Microsoft charts took 12 years to put into fruition what their initial cap raising rounds did for them. It took them 12 years for those charts to start making new highs. So for 12 years, it just flatlined. And that just shook out all kinds of investors. And that's why you meet people every day that are like, oh man, I wish I wouldn't have sold my Microsoft or my Apple. I had it back in 2000. And you're like, well, I guess patience is what we're looking for, which doesn't serve traders very well. We get invested and we want our return of investment. So this chart on Polygon, also primed to pop. Is it building relationships as the scalability, sustainability, and security solution for Ethereum? Is Polygon doing that? Now, I like looking at this chart, seeing that we just had a nice big giant candle. But if you look at it, that's all in one trading day. So one big green volume candle after 9 days of not so big. No one really caring. No volume. and a bear market. So it's interesting that we finally get volume, pushes the market up. Back in the beginning of the bear run, when that came down, everybody, including myself, thought we were getting a sweet discount. And so there was 3 days of just, was that institutional traders? Was that retail traders? Was that basically market makers or market takers? And it gave everybody a chance to be profiteers also. But since then, very little chance to profit. And if you were dollar cost averaging into Polygon, you've been nothing but disappointed until maybe yesterday. So again, with Polygon, love it myself. I have some Polygon. $1.24. I like to see a high above $1.24. Then when it retests 124 or possibly even retest 117, I'd be comfortable getting in there. Or if we can get down and test a top back here again off of 45 cents, if that's what's going to happen over the next course of whatever, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, 12 years, I don't know how long it's going to take for cryptocurrency to do what they say they're going to do. But I'll be looking for good positions on these things that are doing the best they can do. Yes, David.
That's just the way it goes. Your position. I mean, as much as we say, I want it to do this, I want it to do that, we don't have a lot of control there unless you're a whale and you're pumping it. But I'm retail at best, so I have to look at well, I say I have to look at it. I have to make some decisions. Am I going to DCA in? Is it going to go up? Is it quality? Is it market cap? There's a lot of things that goes into making those decisions, and I'm not always right. But if I'm right half the time, I'm probably going to come out ahead.
Most likely with the right risk management. And if you look on things like Etherscan, you'll get to you can see every transaction that takes place. Everything goes on the blockchain, so it's out there. It's time stamped. If you really were to focus your life energy on one cryptocurrency, you probably could make some good decisions based on that cryptocurrency, because you would probably be monitoring all of the movement, all of the action of that cryptocurrency. And maybe that's what some people are doing. And when Elon says he just has 3, well, Elon manages some pretty big operations. So he has to have a lot of interviews and a lot of press conferences and a lot of meetings. And who else knows what he's involved with? So I can see that I would only want to monitor 3 coins if that was myself. And it would be quite easy to not only make decisions on those investments, but it would also be, if you're only invested in 3 coins and have the buying power that Elon has, it could be helpful in moving the volume when you're that kind of power and you have it all concentrated into 1, 2, maybe 3 assets. So small investor, I guess you can diversify, look for the moonshot, but don't just start buying cryptos. Think of limit orders and where you'd put those limit orders. Okay. So this is going to probably retest 70, at least half that candle, 80 cents. Put your first limit order there on Cardano or on Polygon if you haven't bought Polygon. And remember, when you're coming across Polygon, MATIC, MATIC is the same thing. Okay. MATIC Network has announced, this is a while back, that they rebranded to Polygon. That's important because there are poly companies out there. If you type poly up in the search, which Polymath comes up right away, wrong company. You want Polygon and MATIC if you're looking at Polygon, which is the layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum. And if you want to know more about making mistakes, keystroke errors, the scams and hacks and phishing attempts that are out there, check out our other live stream that we had on July 22nd, where we discuss some scams, hacks, and phishing attempts. And guys, our research, we give it to you loosely. You're not going to get a lot of the bullet points. We're not trying to have you take everything for verbatim, but what we're trying to do is expose people to information that's out there, because I don't know how you can go through all this yourself if you didn't have a team. Thanks for joining us today. David, thank you for joining.
Thank you.